Welcome back to Business of Politics. We're talking to the ICT USEC David ALMIROL. Sir, what can people expect, right? Maybe a year from now, maybe when we check back with you. What are some, there are many things obviously going on, right? But in terms of the personal experience of people in dealing with the government, what will be the most obvious changes that you hope to do?
Well, personally, I'm quite, if I may say, excited and scared at the same time.
Okay.
I'm excited in a way that I can see a lot of government agencies are really clinging to innovation.
Okay.
And then they consider the ICT now as their enabler, as their partner to innovation. Maybe in a year or so, I think we're able to see a more, if I may say, simplified processes in the government.
Okay.
Yeah. Aside from the current projects that we have more projects that we'll be implementing.
Okay.
These are more and focus more on creating more expedited processes.
Okay.
Okay, making it more paperless.
Okay.
Cashless.
Okay.
And hopefully contactless.
Right.
So that Filipinos don't need to fall in line. Okay,
right.
To a lot of government agencies just to avail a certain government document or service.
Sure.
If Filipinos will be able to get or avail this kind of services even in the comfort of their home, I think this is a total ease of doing business.
Right.
So that Filipinos can spend time to their families,
sure,
can do more to their own respective communities, and they don't need to leave their respective job just to process their own documents. Secondly, I'm also quite scared because, Clint, when I joined the government, when I was in the private, maybe I'm not bad-mouthing, but...
you're the one, you're on the other side complaining.
Yes, I might be one of the person maybe criticizing why it cannot be done
more efficiently.
In my rational mind, I know that it can be done. I know that it can be developed. I know it can be implemented. I know we don't need much money, to implement it.
Sure.
Right? As long as we have the manpower to do so.
Sure.
But when I joined the government, I shut up.
Right.
Because
you saw the reality.
I see the reality. I see the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And these are the things that that I'm really hoping personally, to maybe we cannot privatize the government. That's impossible.
Right.
But if we can somehow privatize its method, its strategies. If we're able to privatize to become more agile in bringing simple solutions that could solve, big problems.
Sure.
We don't need to have a fairy tale story to solve issues in the government, especially in terms of innovation.
Yeah.
As you've seen for the past 10 months of my stay in the ICT, without so much budget in our hands, and we're able to deliver these simplified solutions so that Filipinos can now enjoy, a more efficient and more speedy service of the government.
Right. Now, efficiencies and is the obvious thing to look at here, the benefit, right? But I'm sure that it's also in your mind to address corruption, right? Because you're getting rid of red tape, right? So is that also part of the mandate to maybe digitalize, maybe to get rid of the opportunities for graft? Is that also in your conscious, framework, right? To develop and roll out these projects?
Yes, that's actually the main goal.
Okay.
The complex the process, the elongated are the lines.
Yeah.
You
get rid of the fixers.
Of course, more fixers if there are more manual processes.
Right.
But if we're able to fully automate this, if we're able to make it more contactless, not allowing them to speak to each other, to avoid red tape, that's already an anti-corruption system.
Sure.
Right. Another one is if this is more simplified. Innovation doesn't. It doesn't mean to be complicated. It can be simplified. Innovation means simplification. I believe that personally. If the process is simplified, of course there will be no corruption anymore. Because there were no complex things to have an alibi of fixing or red tapes later on.
But could you give an example of what you were referring to a while ago when you said that you used to complain about something when you're dealing with the government, when you were still in the private sector? Now that you're in the inside, you see how things really are and maybe how complicated it is to change. Can you maybe remember a couple of examples of some of the things that you used to complain about and, now you're on the other side. You realize the challenges in doing those reforms?
Well, for me, technical is easy.
Okay.
Operational can be discussed and can be implemented.
Okay.
But political is also maybe one of the things that we need to face as well.
Because when you talk about getting rid of corruption, I'm sure there will be some pushback there for people protecting not only their turf, but also maybe they have some other interests to protect, right?
Well, obviously. But if they're able to learn, especially the ICT, that we are not their enemy.
Okay.
We are their partner.
Okay.
In fact, we're not even going there and somehow trespass to their own turfs.
Okay.
We are an enabler. We are an empowerment partner.
Right.
Okay, so if they're able to realize that, they're able now to perform more their mandate.
I see.
Okay, so in terms of control, they are in control.
Sure.
Data should be with them.
Right.
Control should be with them.
Right.
But if they allow us to go there,
right,
and somehow guide them on the simplistic way of doing things,
okay,
I think they're able to somehow appreciate also our existence.
Yeah. So what else is in the pipeline? Because obviously there's a lot of things that you are mandated to do. But maybe if you could limit it to, e-government, right, that will maybe basically help, let's say, ease of doing business, particularly micro, small, and medium enterprises. What are some of the other projects that you're working on maybe in year 2 and in the following years?
We are implementing a lot of, if I may call, not only innovation, but to create more livelihood to people.
Okay.
Okay. The other day, DTI was able to pilot launch their own e-commerce platform.
Okay.
To make sure that the Filipinos can now do online selling.
Okay.
To promote local products.
Okay.
Right. To give them more livelihood.
Right.
Another one is the job creation.
Okay.
So we are implementing phase 2 of our e-jobs system.
Okay.
So we have also the e-jobs solution in partnership with Dole.
Yeah.
So once we're able to launch this, we are now hopefully, creating more jobs for Filipinos.
Right.
Maybe here and abroad.
Right.
I think you need to give them an automated way of submitting their resume.
Sure.
Okay, to make sure that this is linked also to employers, whether local and abroad.
Right.
It's also exciting to integrate with the initiatives of the Department of Tourism.
Right.
Because tourism, we have a beautiful country.
Sure.
So I think if we're able to innovate that and get more tourists come in the Philippines, so we're able to create more jobs as well.
Right.
E-governance is also working closely with them because they are very proactive in innovating as well.
Okay. So can you talk a little bit about that DTI platform, because that's an exciting thing. Is this an app? Is this a website? Or is it a combination of both? And how do people get on board? How will businesses sign up, and what can they get out of it?
It's a free platform for people, so they don't need to pay anything.
Okay.
So let's say if you're a merchant, let's say if you own a restaurant or you're selling things.
Is there a DTI website to log in, or what? How do
they're launching soon? I think they will be grand launching that by August.
Okay.
So they don't need to have an app.
Okay.
It will be integrated to the eGov Super app.
I see. It's part of the app.
So once you download the app, aside from a lot of government services in it, you can now click market.
Okay.
Once you click market,
fantastic.
Now it will detect the nearest, maybe restaurants or nearest shopping area. And the goal of that e-commerce, we're fully supporting Sec Pascual's vision to promote local products.
Right.
Because right now we are #1 shoppers.
Right.
The Clink. Right. And guess what? What we're shopping?
Right.
All foreign products.
Right.
That's why the Philippine e-commerce platform will not only create revenue to merchants, but to create more jobs, to create more additional revenue to a lot of people.
the job portal that you were talking about, the project with the Labor Department, is it also going to be part of the app?
Yes.
Okay.
DOLE, they have
because
their own...
they have their existing job portal site,
Yeah,
right?
they have the Appeal JobNet. So
Yes,
they have the Appeal
JobNet,
JobNet.
yeah, right.
So we are talking to DOLE to how to integrate this.
I see.
And link this to the eGov PH app. You see, the eGov PH app, consider that as a rotunda. You know?
Okay.
So instead of building straight highways,
sure,
where you need to create a lot of esquinitas,
right?
So the eGov, once they plug in here,
right,
whoever will pass this rotunda will enjoy all of those integrations,
right?
Without going through a lot of systems.
And then for the user experience, is it going to be faster, more efficient to deal with the job portal site on the app or on the website, or what is the advantage of integrating it with the portal?
It will still go to their system, by the way.
I see.
So it's their own system.
So you're just adding more avenues to...
Yes.
I see.
So that's why it's called one-stop shop. That's why it's called Super App.
Okay.
Because instead of you going there and signing up one by one again, register again, put your first name, your last name, your middle name, your
right,
ID, and so on and so forth. You only register once.
And then you're ready.
Then you can now enjoy
all
of those services.
I see. And then what's the timetable to do that? To integrate field jobs to the app?
Hopefully we
this
can,
year, next year?
Hopefully we can finish this year. Hopefully.
This year also. So a lot of things on your pipeline. And you mentioned the tourism coordination project. Is that the e-travel? You were referring to that?
No, e-travel is different. That's
still
more,
different.
That's different.
Lots of things going on, right? Okay.
Yes, so
lots of things to keep track of.
The Department of Tourism, they're building their own Travel Philippines platform.
Okay.
So once they're able to finish that platform, now we can also integrate to the eGov PH.
So who's the customer there? Is it the local tourist or
both?
Foreign tourist? Okay.
Both of them. Yeah.
So even foreigners can download the app and they can, I suppose, get other services that are applicable to them. Interesting. Wow. And then that will be rolled out by when?
I've seen the tourism platform.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
So I think once they're done in developing that, we can now do the integration.
All right. So lots of things on your plate, USEC, but...
Well, it's not me, They're doing their own.
Sure.
My job is just to integrate all of them.
But still, you're doing a lot of integrating. Thank you very much for your time. I know how busy you are, and I appreciate that you made time for Business of Politics. Before we go, USEC, maybe you want to leave a message to our audience?
Well, thank you, Klink, for inviting me here. I'm really exhilarated, to be discussing about our accomplishments, because we rather accomplish things, rather than publicly announcing, every little accomplishment that we have.
Sure.
But for me, we're very blessed that the ICT, we have a lot of good people inside it.
Okay.
Very patriotic people, committed people, including our secretary, very proactive and very hardworking. So now we're able to accomplish, small wins. These are the citizen-centric platforms where Filipinos can enjoy the real ease of doing business. Right. They don't need to fall in line. They don't need to go to a certain location just to avail government services. So the direction of the president is very clear. If we're able to maximize and utilize the advantages of innovation, including this available technology, now we're able to provide more convenience to people, including the ease of doing business. And hopefully, this will be sustained, as we move forward, and so that us and the new generations to come will enjoy these new platforms of the government. For the first time, we can call it the e-government as a service.
Yeah.
So the government is becoming a service now to the people, not the other way around.
Right. So and it begins with downloading. What's the name of the app again?
You can download the eGov PH app, so both iOS and Android.
All right, there you go.
Thank you so much, Klink. Yeah.
USEC, thank you very much, and I'd like to thank also those watching this program live and those watching the replay. I'd like to thank Pastor Apollo Kibuloy for making this program possible. This has been Business of Politics. I'm Dante Klinkang, and I will see you next week.